Hello, everybody. I hope that you're having a great evening. It is raining in Mexico City. So blessed rain. It is always much more benefit than prejudice. Welcome back to one more session of Learning English with the Beatles. We continue with the Beatles, Volume 2. Let me show you the record. The Beatles, Volume 2, as it was received in Mexico. And this is the record, okay? This is the one. And the song is, that we are going to see today is P.S. I love you. Excuse me. Okay. I want you to see the record. What happened? Well, I don't know. I have a situation. Okay, anyway, you see, we just, a day before yesterday, I guess, we saw All My Loving, and today is P.S. I Love You. In this record, we can read PD, that's postdata, te quiero. But in Radio Éxitos used to say, postdata te amo, a more literal translation. P.S. I love you. Today we are going to see first, we are going to take a look first at the lyrics. P.S. I love you. The lyrics first. The Beatles. And we have, as I write this letter, send my love to you. Well, first of all, P.S. And just in case you are curious about what's the meaning of P.S., that is postscript. And for that, we are going to check my favorite dictionary or reference and look for P.S. And then we can see that P.S. is postscript, okay, postscript. And it may have other meanings, but basically postscript. A paragraph, sentence, etc., added to a letter already finished and signed by the writer. Okay, so that's easy. P.S. I love you. As I write this letter, send my love to you. Mientras escribo esta carta, o así como escribo esta carta, te envío mi amor a ti. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Recuerda que yo siempre estaré enamorado de ti. Be in love with. In English, we are in love with people. Treasure these few words till we're together. Okay, in this case, treasure is a verb. Atesora estas cuantas palabras hasta que nosotros estemos juntos. Treasure is also a noun. Okay, so let's take a look at to treasure. Treasure, think about pirates. Okay, treasure, wealth gathered, especially in the form of precious metals, money, or jewels. Anything or person greatly valued. And as a verb is to keep in the mind and treat someone or something as precious, cherish. So it would be something like atesora estas cuantas palabras hasta que estemos juntos. And this till is a contraction for until, meaning hasta. Okay, let's see. Till. Till. The sesame plant. No. Till. Till, you see apostrophe till. It's a contraction for till and until, meaning the same. No, till and until are synonyms, meaning hasta. So that's what we have. Atesora estas cuantas palabras hasta que estemos juntos. Keep all my love forever. Keep all my love forever. Conserva todo mi amor por siempre. P.S. I love you. You. So this is, imagine that this is the letter or part of the letter, and then the postscript. After the letter, he says, P.S. I love you. I'll be coming home again to you, love. Estaré viniendo a casa otra vez hacia ti o a ti, amor. Until the day I do love, y hasta el día que yo lo haga, amor. P.S. I love you, you. And then we have the repetition. As I write this letter, Send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Treasure these few words till we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. And then we have a little difference in this verse. And this is, as I write this letter, this is Paul. And then Lennon says, oh, send my love to you. You know I want you to. Tú sabes que yo te quiero. You know I want you to. You know I want you to. Remember that and always, yeah. I think that probably this was, the intention of it was, you know I want you to también. But I cannot be quite sure. Remember that I always, recuerda que yo siempre, I always, yeah, be in love with you. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do love. P.S. I love you. You, I love you. And those are the lyrics of P.S. I love you. A very nice romantic song. Now let's see what's the story of the song. P.S. I love you, the Beatles, Wikipedia in English. And let me erase the lyrics so that we don't have any noise there. All right, very well. P.S. I love you. Beatles song, obviously. P.S. I love you is a song recorded by English rock band The Beatles, 1962. It was composed originally by Paul McCartney, credited to Lennon, McCartney, and produced by Ron Richards. The song was released in the UK on October the 5th, 1962, as the B-side of their debut single, Love Me Do. And it is also included on their debut album, Please Please Me, 1963. It was later included on the American release, Introducing the Beatles, 1964. And it's reissued The Early Beatles in 1965, and the Beatles compilation album, Love Songs. Okay? The recording, let's see what we have for the recording. The version featured on the single and album was recorded in 10 takes on September 11. Yeah, that day they were really busy at Emmy's Abbey Road Studios. The producer was George Martin. He had booked a session drummer, Andy White, you see. That was interesting. I didn't know this fact. And it is interesting that for these sessions, they had a drummer, not Ringo. And this drummer was Andy White. Andrew McLaughlin Andy White, a Scottish drummer, primarily a session musician. He's best known for temporarily replacing Ringo Starr on drums for the Beatles' first single, Love Me Do, White was featured on the American 7th single release of the song. Okay, so not only P.S. I Love You, but also Love Me Do, as a replacement for Pete Best. We have talked about Pete Best, okay? That was originally a member of the band, whom he considered not technically good enough for recording purposes. Martin had been unaware that the other Beatles had already replaced Pete Best with Ringo. Oh, that's interesting. So George Martin didn't know about Ringo yet, and that's why he thought about Andy White, who attended the sessions and played maracas on the song. So Ringo was playing the maracas while Andy White was playing the drums. White was a freelance show band and session drummer. White was a freelance show band and session drummer, and gave the recording a lightweight cha-cha treatment. Cha-cha treatment. It's a genre of Cuban music, you know, cha-cha-cha, which developed from the danzón mambo in the early 1950s. They say cha-cha, I don't know. Martin was not present at the session. In his absence, it was run by Ron Richards. Richards told the group that the song could not be the A-side of their single because of an earlier song with the same title. P.S. I Love You was a popular song with music by Gordon Jenkins and lyrics by Johnny Mercer, published in 1934, you know, Only the title. I was a music publishing man, a blogger, so I knew someone had done a record with that title. I said to Paul, you can have it as B-side, but not an A-side. With a start playing drums, the Beatles recorded the song at the BBC on October 1962, November 1962, and June 17, 1963. For subsequent broadcasts on the BBC radio programs, Here We Go, Talent Spot, and Pop Got the Beatles, respectively. June 17, recording was officially published on the air live at the BBC, Volume 2. And the composition, written in spring 1962 while Paul McCartney was in Hamburg. This song is sometimes considered to be a dedication to his then girlfriend, Dot Ron. However, McCartney denies this. McCartney, it's just an idea for a song, really. A theme song based on a letter, like the paperback writer idea. It was pretty much mine. I don't think John had much of hand in it. There are certain themes that are easier than others to hand a song on, and a letter is one of them. The letter is a popular theme, and it's just in my attempt at one of those. It's not based in reality, nor did I write it to my girlfriend from Hamburg, which some people think. John Lennon commented, that's Paul's song. He was trying to write a soldier boy, like the Shirelles. He wrote that in Germany or when we were going to and from Hamburg. I might have contributed something. I can't remember anything in particular. It was mainly his song. Melodically typical of McCartney's later writing style, the song demonstrates two notable exceptions to the contemporaneous model. During the opening chorus, the chord B7 is placed incongruously between G and D on right. And during the song's title phrase, a sudden shift to B occurs underneath. P.S. I Love You, which Ian MacDonald described as a dark side step. Lennon contributes a single no harmony emphasizing the beginning of each stanza. I was curious about a stanza, and a stanza is, in poetry, a stanza is a group of lines within a poem, usually set up from others by a blank line or indentation. So let's go back to the lyrics, of course. And that stanza is, in this verse, what Lennon did. As I write this letter, this is the stanza. Oh, send my love to you, more of the stanza. You know I want you to remember that I always, even yeah, is part of the stanza. Okay, so that's interesting. So don't forget the stanza. Lyrically constructed with their female audience in mind, the Beatles included it as part of their coverage club song set. Personnel, Paul McCartney, vocals, bass. John Lennon, acoustic rhythm guitar, backing vocals. George Harrison, acoustic guitar, backing vocals. Ringo Starr, maracas, okay? Sometimes called shaker or chak-chak. Andy White, drums, and he's Andy White. And that's it. That's it about P.S. I Love You. I can say that P.S. I Love You is one of my favorite songs. And I don't try karaoke on my guitar because the copyright, okay, because the copyright. But you are going to have, as usual, below this video, the versions that I can find, so that you can practice different versions you're listening. And thank you very much for being here. This is one more session of Learning English with the Beatles. I hope that you are having a nice rainy evening, at least here in Mexico City. And I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me in Learning English with the Beatles. Bye-bye. Goodbye. So long.